Welcome to The Explainer. So, when you think of Spain, what comes to mind? Probably flamenco, maybe some sunny siestas, but today we're going to go way beyond that. We're digging into the hidden stories and, honestly, some pretty mind-blowing facts behind the country's most famous monuments, its incredible food, and its living traditions. Let's get right into it.
Okay, let's kick things off with a number that is it's almost impossible to picture. 66 million. Now, that is not the population of a country. That's the number of olive trees in just one single Spanish province, Jaén. To give you some perspective, there are more olive trees right there than there are people in the entire country of Italy. It is literally the densest olive grove on the face of the earth. You know, that incredible scale is the perfect way to get into our first topic, Spain's monumental mysteries. We're about to look at some structures that are way more than just buildings. Think of them as centuries-old puzzles carved in stone, holding secrets of pure genius and some pretty chilling legends.
First up, a building you've definitely seen before. It might be the most famous construction site in the world, Gaudi's Sagrada Familia. Yeah, it's been a work in progress for over 140 years, but its real brilliance isn't just its size or how long it's taking. It's the absolutely mind-bending, nature-inspired engineering that Gaudi had to invent just to keep the whole thing from collapsing.
See, Gaudí was up against this fundamental architectural dilemma. He dreamed of this soaring cathedral filled with light, right? But if you put in huge stained glass windows, you weaken the walls, and they can't possibly hold up a heavy stone roof. His solution was pure genius, and he pulled it straight from the natural world. He designed the inside columns to branch out just like trees, creating an entire forest made of stone that elegantly channels all that immense weight from the roof straight down to the floor. All right, from Gaudi's masterpiece, let's travel to another architectural icon, the Royal Monastery of El Escorial. For centuries, people have been debating its really strange grid-like design. One old legend says it's shaped that way to honor St. Lawrence, who was famously martyred on a grill. But a lot of historians think the answer is even bigger than that. They argue the layout is actually a meticulous recreation of the legendary Temple of Solomon. But the legends about El Escorial get even darker. I mean, way darker. There's this one chilling story that claims King Philip II didn't pick this spot for its scenery or strategic value. No, he chose it for a terrifying reason. He believed it was the actual location of a gateway to hell, and he built this immense monastery to act as a giant stone plug to seal it shut, forever. Okay, so from sealing the gates of hell, let's turn to something, well, a little more appetizing, Spain's world-famous food. But as you're about to see, the real story behind some of its most celebrated flavors is just full of surprises. Hey, remember those 66 million olive trees we talked about? Well, here's what that looks like on a global scale. Spain, all by itself, produces nearly 44% of the entire world's olive oil. That makes it the undisputed #1 largest producer on the planet. It's not even close. Next up, let's talk about one of the most luxurious foods you can possibly eat, jamón ibérico. The secret to its incredibly rich, nutty flavor? Well, it all starts with its unique family tree. The black Iberian pig is a direct descendant of the wild boars that have roamed the Iberian Peninsula for thousands of years. This gives it a natural, unique ability to store fat right inside its muscle tissue. And that unique heritage, plus a super specific diet of acorns, leads to a pretty serious price tag. You see, that diet creates a fat that's rich in oleic acid. That's the same healthy fat you find in olive oil. And it means the fat literally melts in your mouth. A single pound of the highest quality stuff, the Jamón Ibérico de Bellota, can set you back upwards of $145. That price also reflects an incredible amount of time and patience. We're not talking about aging for a few months here. The absolute best, most prized hams are cured for up to 4 years. It's a long, slow process that develops that signature silky texture and that intensely complex flavor. So what about Spain's most famous dish, paella? We all think of it with seafood and chicken, right? Well, the original 19th century version from Valencia was actually a humble meal for farmers out in the fields. It was made with whatever they could find, and that included ingredients that might be a little surprising, like freshwater eels, snails, and believe it or not, historically even marsh rat. All right, let's move from the plate to the stage and explore the real soul of Spanish culture. We're going to look at its most famous art form, and as we'll see, it is so much more than just a dance.
For a lot of us, when we hear the word flamenco, we immediately picture the dance, right? The stomping, the clapping, the dress. But that is only 1/3 of the story. In reality, flamenco is this incredibly complex and deeply emotional art form that has 3 totally inseparable parts. The cante, which is the song, the toque, the guitar playing, and the baile, the dance. All 3 are equally vital to telling the story.
And flamenco is just this powerful fusion, a true cultural melting pot that was born in Spain's southern region of Andalusia. Its soul is a blend of centuries of different influences, combining the traditions of the Romani people with local folk music and the unmistakable melodic echoes of Arab and Sephardi Jewish history. All right, for our last stop, let's look at a living tradition that grips the entire country in this moment of frantic, nationwide fun once every single year. It's fantastic. So, picture this. It's December 31st. The clock is about to strike midnight in Spain. And all across the country, millions of people are in the middle of this hilarious, frantic race against time. The challenge is to eat 12 grapes, one for each chime of the clock, in the last 12 seconds of the year. If you can pull it off, it's said to bring you a whole year of good luck and prosperity.
So from architectural secrets sealed away in stone to the surprising truth about famous foods and these ancient, soulful art forms, Spain is just a country of endless, completely unexpected depth. We've really only just scratched the surface, which, of course, leads to the big question.
Which country's hidden truths should we explore next? Let us know what you think down in the comments. And hey, if you enjoyed this journey, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe for more deep dives into the world's most fascinating subjects. Thanks for watching.